All right, what's up? It's me again, heading back to the gym, just like I do every single day. Got to get those gains, but today I want to talk about, should you quit your job to day trade? And when should you quit your job to day trade? That is a great question, and if I could go back and give myself some advice when I was day trading and I really wanted to quit my job because I hated it so much, if I could go back, I would tell myself, hold out. Don't jump the gun too quick. It's very, very nice to have a job while you're trading because it relieves a lot of the pressure that you would put on yourself if you're relying on trading for a full-time income. So, first off, you have to remember that every single strategy, every single month is different. Every single year is different. And are you going to be able to pull in enough to pay the bills in seasons where the market is not as hot? So that's another thing to keep in mind, because when I quit my job, I barely was making enough trading to survive on my own. Barely enough to get by. I just hated my job so much. I jumped the gun way too quick. I thought that, I'm starting to scale up. Now I'm making a couple $100s a day. I was thinking that, after like 4 or 5 months, I'd be scaled up and I'd be making 5 to 10K a month consistently. But that was not the case. I had a couple months of, 2 to 3K months. And I thought, everything was just going to go up from there. And shortly after, 6 months later, and this was about 2 years into my trading journey, shortly after I quit my job, which was actually, I was getting paid pretty decent and, worked real well with my trading schedule. I don't, if I could go back, I probably would have not quit so early. But, shortly after quitting my job, about 6 months later, there I was getting another job, which was even worse. I was folding clothes in the Macy's women's department, checking out the old ladies getting their clothes. That was my job, making, $15 an hour at the register. And that was a huge, moment for me of just realizing that, shit happens, things take a turn for the worse sometimes. And, you got to make smart decisions to, make sure that you can stay in the game long term. Should I have quit the job? Probably not. I was just, I wanted to rush the process is what I'm trying to say. And what you guys should do is not rush the process. So, unless you're making consistently 3 to 4x your living expenses trading on a monthly basis, I would suggest keeping the job and trying to work around the trading hours so you can kind of juggle both if you're in one of those career paths where you can juggle both, where you do have the time or the timing of your trading and your job kind of works out. But yeah, that is a big struggle, is when to quit the job, when to fully go for it and fully commit. For me it wasn't like fear, because I didn't have anything to lose. I was literally folding clothes at Macy's and waiting tables, so I didn't have anything to lose. But so I understand, on the other side, let's say you have a 6-figure quality career, making over 6 figs, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to give up because you got the golden handcuffs. For me, I never got the golden handcuffs, so it was easy for me to just take the leap. But I understand in some scenarios, in some situations where, you'd be a little bit nervous to take the leap. I would definitely err on the side of caution than on the side of kind of going prematurely, especially if you're still early in your journey. If you're still early in your journey and you don't have a track record of consistency of making at least 3 to 4x your monthly expenses on a monthly basis, I would say, give it 3 to 6 months of that before you'd have the confidence that you can survive even when the market gets slow. And that's the big thing, is like, you're not going to be making the same amount every month. And, like you were used to, working a job, you kind of had, a certain budget every month. You knew how much was coming in, et cetera, et cetera. It's not that way with trading. And that's one of the downsides, is that it's not consistent all the time and not the same amount all the time. So that's my little spiel on, when should you quit your job, and, if you should quit your job. Sometimes, trading in and of itself, you don't want, in my opinion, you don't want that as your sole income source, trading alone. Maybe you can also juggle another job, or you can juggle another business to kind of ease the inconsistency of trading, because trading is very, inconsistent, and to have that stability, it's really good to have other income sources that are a little bit more stable, a little bit more consistent, and not as volatile as trading. But yeah, that's my little spiel on if and when should you quit your job. Hopefully you guys thought this was interesting. If you guys did, hit that thumbs up button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.